Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 890th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And just to say, this is fought on one of our new custom maps, and I just want to show you this map because it's proven to be quite popular among 31k players. If you go down low, look, and we look round this map, look, and you see the massive mountains around the fighting area. You can see that. It's as I say, it's a really seems to be quite a popular map with a lot of 31k players. And as we move along the map, here's that massive rock there, and here in the center, like, well, center-ish if you like, you can see there's slightly higher ground, and it wouldn't surprise me if both teams try to get up onto that slightly higher ground, but it's very undulating. If you look at the map contours, you'll see that it is a very undulating map with you know, ups and downs on the ground there. As you move right over to the other side, there you can see how steep the mountains are. Look, if we go down low and look round, see how steep all those mountains are. And from here, look, you can have a really good view. If we go up a little bit higher, there you are. If you look down, look, you can have a really good view of the actual battlefield there. Can you see? Because that's where obviously the battle's going to be fought there, and you've got a great view from here down onto the actual battlefield. So this should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, our first teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Timberzig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's got 5 archers, 9 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 5 archers, 9 infantry and 6 cavalry. Is 9 infantry enough for the modern day battlefield? Well, I guess we'll see. There, he's got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how Scorpion King uses that army during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is Greek clansman Kleomenis. Let's give you a bit of history of the Greek clan. When the Greek clan first started, only people that lived in Greece could join the Greek clan. Obviously, Greek clan, Greece. But gradually, if they wanted to expand their clan, they then had to drop that rule so that they got people in from other countries. Their goal on Rome Total War was to become the best clan with the spear and pike faction. And to this end, you used to see them go into battle, come back out, discuss what went wrong and what went right, then they go back in again, come back out again. And I think most people would agree that the Greek clan did become the best clan with the pike and spear factions. And I think, if I remember correctly, Greek Kleomenis was the second in command of the Greek clan, and unfortunately he is the only Greek clan member that still plays regularly. And he has got 13 spearmen, 5 slingers and 2 cavalry. Okay, 13 spearmen, 5 slingers and 2 cavalry. And as I say, the Greek clan was renowned for using Macedon, Seleucid and Greek cities. That was the main factions that they used. Here you can see he's got 8 upgrades on his Carthaginian Sacred Band units there. So we know that those units are solid infantry anyway, and put those upgrades on and that kind of makes them super solid, if you see what I mean. And then he's got his cavalry, I'm thinking just gold shield, gold attack on his Sacred Band cavalry there. So there you are. That'll be a tried and tested Greek Kleomenis Carthage army. Be interesting to see how he uses it during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen's got 12 infantry, 3 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry, 3 archers, 5 cavalry. If you look at the upgrades on his infantry, I think he's got mixed upgrades on his infantry. A lot of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. As you can see, I believe others of his infantry are just gold shield, gold attack. But here's something interesting here. You'll see that he's bought an eagle unit. Okay, so he's bought an additional morale boosting eagle unit there. So he's got his general unit and the eagle unit to give morale to his troops. So that's pretty good. Always good to have extra morale with your infantry there. Keeps them fighting longer. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that'll be interesting to see how he handles that army during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself here, Spartan Commander, whose army seems to be hiding behind that massive rock. And I've got 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, just 15 infantry and 4 cavalry, very old army there. And this should be an easy battle for you to watch, because you'll see that 3 of us have got the red Julii army there, and just Carthage as well. So it'd be easy for you to see what's going on. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Barclayman with one of his faction of choices. Pontus here, he's got 14 pikes, 2 chariots and 4 cavalry. This is interesting upgrades on his battle formation here. Can you see this forward unit? It's just got 1 upgrade on. Now what he's thinking here is this unit's going to take archer fire, pile of damage, so why spend a lot of money on that particular unit? That's why he's only put 1 upgrade on it there. We've still got to fight down those long pikes to kill the man on the other end, but he's only got 1 upgrade on there, so I'm thinking probably bronze defense. Move further back into his battle formation. There you are. This next line has just got 3, which I'm thinking is probably gold defense on that next line there. And then as we move further back into his battle formation, the next open order units have got gold shield, gold attack on them. But I'm guessing as we move further back into the battle formation there, you've got 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on that line of pikemen there. But I'm thinking the last line, yep, there you go, the last line that has got, if we can see them there, 8 upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So he's got 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on the rear lines of his battle formation. So he certainly has got staggered upgrades through his battle formation there. Okay, let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm thinking probably just 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his Cappadocian cavalry. Those of you that might not have seen Cappadocian cavalry, there's a close-up of them there. You can see they're well-armoured cavalry. And then, of course, he's got the infamous chariots. Now, we've talked about these chariots before. Big attacking specifications, big fear factor. But if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. And when your amok chariot starts killing your allies' troops, you can become unpopular very quickly. So I always say to people, before you bring chariots, you need to be confident and competent with them. Otherwise, you know, they're a real double-edged sword. So always say to people, have a real good think before you bring chariots. But as I say, that's Pontus is one of Barclayman's favourite factions here. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Mars. Now Mars has got 8 Silver Shield Pikes, 6 Silver Shield Legionnaires, 5 Cavalry and 1 Missile Unit. So there you are, you can see in his battle formation he's got his Silver Shield Legionnaires at the front. They look a little bit like Roman urban cohorts. Obviously their specifications not as good as urban cohorts, but they are pretty solid infantry in their own right. And then he's got his pikes there. And as I say, that's a pretty interesting battle formation there. As you can see, and he got gold shield, gold attack on those legionnaire units, and I think he just got gold shield, gold attack on his pikes. So it tells me that he spent his money on his cavalry. There you go, 8 upgrades on his cavalry. There are 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. They were armored from head to toe, the tanks of the ancient world there, and they can be battle-winning troops. And also, if I'm not mistaken, there he's got a fast-moving missile unit there as well. There you go. They throw those spears. They can be a nuisance. They're very fast moving. They get in behind enemy troops, throw those spears into the rear of enemy troops there. So I think that's a pretty good Seleucid army there of Mars. And that battle formation, it'd be interesting to see how well he does with that. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Skema. Now Skema's got 13 infantry, 1 light auxiliary missile unit and 6 cavalry. Okay. And here you can see that light auxiliary missile unit he's got in open order as his pilot shield unit in front of his main battle formation. Now these guys are soak-up pilers as good as any other unit as long as they hold their ground and don't run. Okay, you can see there, I think he's got gold shield, gold attack on the bulk of his infantry there. And you'll see that he's also got a morale boosting eagle unit. Okay, so he's got an extra morale boosting unit as well as his general morale bonus as well. So he's got extra morale within his army. Always a good thing to do, I think. Quick look at his cavalry, and he just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that will be a tried and tested Skema Roman army. And their last teammate is RTW player Punisher. You'll notice he's got HO7 on the front of his name there. That's his medieval Total War 2 clan tags there, but it is Punisher. He's got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. So there's his 10 infantry, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry there. And there's his 4 archers, and I'm guessing that he's got good upgrades on his cavalry. Oh yes, oh my gosh, 8 upgrades 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that's Punisher's army. That's pretty solid to me there. And there you can see there that you've got Pontus, pretty diverse, isn't it here? Pontus, there you've got Seleucid, there you've got Rome, there, and you've got Rome there. So it is quite a diverse team that the enemy team have, quite diverse factions there. And as I say, in this particular part of the map, it looks like there's slightly higher ground there, although it is undulating. It wouldn't surprise me if both teams there try to run up onto that slightly higher ground to try and get a little bit advantage over the other team. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we've literally just pressed start. As I said to you earlier, you'll see that both teams are kind of going for that higher ground, or I thought they would be. You can see Kleomenis there with his Carthaginians, and Fesen with his Red Julia army are definitely going for that slightly higher ground there. But it looks like Mars with his Seleucid army and Skema with his Scipio army are tending to move kind of together, more central than trying to grab that slightly higher ground there. Pause again for a second here. So of course Kleomenis here would like to probably either take on the Seleucids there or possibly Pontus there with his Carthage army. That's probably why he's bought that army there to take them on. And of course Fesen would like to get close to those 121 man pike units there of either Pontus or Seleucid to throw his pilers into them. Remember, those 121 man units, very, very susceptible to missile damage there. And as you can see there, Mars is moving his Seleucid troops forward there with that Silver Legionnaire unit at the front of his battle formation. Over here on our right flank, you'll see that Scorpion King is moving his infantry, cavalry and archers into the center position there to team up with his teammates, and you'll see that Punisher on the other team is moving his troops central there to team up with his teammates too there. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in this central part of the battlefield, I think. Let's pause again for a second here. So over here on our left flank, what I did during this battle with my army is I'm shadowing the Pontus army of Barclayman here. Okay, so that's who I'm shadowing. And round the other side of this rock, you'll see that Barclayman was bringing his couple of chariot units there. Okay, he was walking those chariot units, hoping we wouldn't notice them, and he'd obviously like to get in behind us with those chariot units to smash those chariot units in when he is ready. So we need to be aware of that. Sneaky Barclayman, as we call him there, moving those units in very slowly in behind us. And as I say, over here on our right flank, we know that Scorpion King's one of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War. So it wouldn't surprise me if he kicked off the battle there on that flank. Here you'll see his archers. Notice they're in close, tight formation for more penetration and more impact. And you'll see him shooting into Punisher's moving infantry. So he will be causing Punisher's infantry some casualties there, as you can see, as his troops are moving forward there. He is losing a few infantry from Scorpion King's archers there. You'll see that Kleomenis has brought his slingers forward there to target the Seleucid pike units there. And you'll see Scorpion King here retreating his cavalry and bringing his archers and infantry forward there to face Punisher's Green Brutio army. You can see Skema's moved his Scipio army forward. Pause again for a second here. Now here you'll notice something interesting. You'll see that Kleomenis and Fesen have integrated their armies there. Can you see what I mean? You can see they've actually put their armies together at this stage of the battle. Here you can see Fesen has put some of his pilot shield units in front of Kleomenis' Carthage army there. Nice teamwork move there by Fesen. And here you'll see the Seleucids and Scipio troops moving forward towards them. But as I say, over here on our right flank, you've got Scorpion King here with his infantry and cavalry and his archers there facing a Punisher. So as I say, knowing Scorpion King's very aggressive, he may well start the battle off here. It wouldn't surprise me if there's going to be some pilot exchanging here between Punisher and Scorpion King there. little bit of probably pilot exchange. Of course, with the dark background there of the mountains, it's difficult to see the missiles there, but there you are, you can see the missiles being exchanged by the two armies there. Lots of archer fire going in there. And here you'll notice that Skema moved his Scipio army forward there, trying to get in between Scorpion King and Fesen, and he's being hit by Scorpion King's cavalry, and bang, as it smashes into Skema's flank. Right now, in my opinion, Scorpion King's made his impact there, got the full charge bonus, needs to pull his cavalry out. If he leaves his cavalry in there too long, his units will start to lose the battle there, and he could lose all his cavalry, and bang, as that Scipii cavalry of Skema's charges in there. As I say, veterans watching this, would you suggest he should pull his cavalry out now, or he could risk losing all his cavalry here on this right flank? You can see Scorpion King's cavalry starting to crack and starting to rout now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, here you can see the Seleucid cataphracts charging in to Scorpion King's army. Do you notice Scorpion King took his general across near his cavalry to give the general morale bonus to keep his cavalry fighting longer? But oh my gosh, I think Scorpion King has now lost all of his cavalry. So in that cavalry charge, he charged into the flank of Skema's Scipio army. I think he has lost all his cavalry at this stage of the battle. Just pause the game for a second here. So there you are, you can see there, as I say, Scorpion King's cavalry has all now been routed there. And there you can see the massive pile of red Scipii cavalry there that have just been killed. So as I say, I thought Scorpion King kept his cavalry in that melee too long there, and he's paid the price there by losing all his cavalry. You can see the enemy Scipii and Seleucid units moving towards Cleo and Fesen's army. Okay, over here, as I say, I'm shadowing Barclayman's Pontus army. Now, what I think Barclayman has spotted here is the flank of our teammate Kleomenis. Now, I think here, can you see the flank of Kleomenis? I think Barclayman would like to get his Pontus army over there so that he could attack the flank, as I say, of Greek's Kleomenis there. So I'm going to move my army there to cover the flank of my teammate there, my Carthage teammate there, to stop the Pontus pikemen attacking the flank. But here in the centre, you can see a very aggressive movement there. Lots of pilot exchanging going on here. But what worries me a little bit is our right flank. Now Scorpion King's lost his cavalry here. This could be a prime target for the enemy troops. Right, you can see here that Punisher's got one of his Brutii cavalry units in open order, not in open order, sorry, in normal order, not in wedge formation there, attacking Scorpion King's archers. And of course, because all of Scorpion King's cavalry has been routed, he's got no cavalry to counter Punisher's cavalry unit here and to stop him from taking out his archers. Okay, as I say, so Scorpion King lost his cavalry there, so he's lost the cavalry cover there that he could do with to cover his archers, and Punisher's kind of making him pay for that a bit with that cavalry unit. As I say here, you can see Skema there, his blue Scipio army engaging Fesen's red Julii army there. And you can see Fesen's brought his Julii cavalry over to this flank. But here, as I say, look at Punisher chasing down Scorpion King's archers there. Now here you'll notice that Fesen has put his cavalry on a slight angle there, looking to me like he might tend to smash into the flank, possibly, of the enemy Scipii troops there. Okay, meanwhile, over on our left flank here, as I said earlier, you can see that Barclayman's moving his Pontus pike units round here, as I say, with a view to attacking the flank of our Carthage ally. Okay, but you'll notice here that I'm moving my red Julii Roman army over there to cover the flank of my ally there, to stop the Pontus general from attacking him there. So that's what I'm doing with my army. Here you'll notice I've got my cavalry at the back of my troops there, because I've spotted those chariots now have come round that rock that we saw earlier. And make no mistake, Barclayman will be looking at targets maybe to smash into the back of our engaged troops. But here you can see Fesen's cavalry there. As I say, he's got them on a slight angle there. He's got them in wedge formation. Remember, cavalry charging in wedge formation have got more impact, more penetration there. You can see Punisher moved his green Brutii infantry forward there. So as I say, here on our right flank, looks to me like we could be in a little bit of trouble there, possibly. Here, as I say, there's a lot of pilot exchanging going on between Skema's army and Fesen's army there. Okay, Fesen being very aggressive there, throwing his infantry in. But as I say, over on our left flank here, you can see that Kleomenis has got his Carthaginians fighting the Seleucid units there. Very aggressive there by Kleomenis. And as I say, over here on our right flank, you'll see the blue Scipii cavalry there picking off individual Julii units there with cavalry. Nice little hit there. And here you can see, as I say, it looks to me like Fesen's got his finger on the trigger of his cavalry. He looks to me like he's just really wants to pull that trigger and charge that cavalry. Right, pause the game for a second here. So as I say, I've got my cavalry at the rear of our armies there, along with Kleomenis' 2 sacred band cavalry units, watching Barclayman's chariots and those Cappadocian cavalry of Barclayman's as well. Make no mistake, he wants to get those chariots and cavalry in behind us there, so that he can then charge down the slope into the back of our troops. Okay, make no mistake about this. Here you can see Kleomenis has brought a couple of his Carthage units over to help neutralise those pike units of Pontus there. But over here, as I say, you can see him actually attacking the Seleucid troops with his Carthage sacred band spearmen. But here, as I say, it struck me that Fesen has had his finger on the trigger of his cavalry. And it looks to me like he's going to charge him in. Get ready for this. Bang! As he charges cavalry. Do you notice he's bringing infantry in as well? So it's an infantry and cavalry hit. Really nice here. Right now the enemy are going to counter-attack. Look at those cataphracts going in. And bang! As they smash in there. You can see Punisher's cavalry coming in as well. And bang! As they charge straight into the centre there. Oh my gosh. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So now, remember I have my cavalry at the back watching the Cappadocian cavalry and chariots, but now I've decided that the danger point in our line is maybe not so much that, as our centre here could well be broken. So I'm now going to charge my cavalry in there as well to try and help my allies out. I'm hoping that as my cavalry hits, Fesen that's pulled his cavalry back to lock and load it, will charge in with my cavalry as well. Right, you can see my cavalry just arriving there. You can see it charging in there, and bang, you see Fesen's cavalry coming in as well. So it's a combination cavalry hit, and bang, as we smash in there. I think we've just taken out this, possibly the Scipii general there, and you can see a lot of enemy Scipii troops starting to rout now. Now we need to keep pushing, maybe pushing into those enemy troops there. You can see a lot of those enemy troops are starting to rout now. A lot of the Seleucid pike units there, and a lot of the Scipii units have routed there. So that was a nice combination cavalry hit there that we did there, routed a lot of the enemy troops. You'll see, as I say, Fesen's thrown all his infantry in there. I think Scorpion King's got his infantry in there as well. So we're really pushing there. What I'm going to do now is pull my cavalry back out of the fray, lock and load it, and just see where else I can use my cavalry there. But you can see we're really pushing in there very aggressively there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second. So over here on our left flank, you can see here, as I say, that Cleo there has got a couple of his Carthage units out to neutralise the Pontus pikes. But you'll see Barclayman has moved the bulk of his army more central there, where he can attack the flank of our attacking troops there. Okay, now you've got the Cappadocian cavalry of Pontus there in behind us, and you've got those chariots as well. May well target those archers of Fesen, or they may well smash into the flank of my Julii infantry there. But those chariots and cavalry used correctly, possibly could be battle-winning troops here, as we'll just have to see as the battle moves on. But there you are, you've got the downslope advantage there that those cavalry and chariots would have if they smashed into us. Okay. So over here, you'll see. Now what I'm thinking about doing here, just give you a heads up on that, I'm thinking of doing an old school, old-fashioned surge attack. And we just have to see if it's going to be effective in 2024. Okay, as I say, I'm thinking of doing a surge attack here. Now our right flank, to me, looks like it could be in a bit of trouble there. Looking at the enemy cavalry they've got locked and loaded there. Okay, remember those cataphracts there, remember the upgrades on them there, 8 upgrades he's got on them there, and he could well smash into our right flank. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded on that flank, just in case they do that, so I can counter-attack with my cavalry. But as I said, I'm thinking here, now surge attacks we were doing back 18, 19 years ago, you don't see them much on the modern day battlefield. But that's what I'm thinking about doing here, is an old school surge attack here. You've got to get the timing right. Anybody thinking to do a surge attack, you've got to get the timing right. The enemy troops in front of you have got to be battle damaged, a little bit weak, you know, and then you surge forward with your infantry. But once you decided to do that, you've got to keep surging with your infantry to kind of keep the momentum going of a surge attack. Okay, it is quite a tactical and skillful thing to do when you do surge attack, so you need to really kind of know what you're doing really before you kind of do that. But here you can see a lot of enemy troops pressing. I've got my cavalry there ready to charge in if needed, but I might need my cavalry elsewhere on the battlefield. But here is a couple more of Punisher's units routing there, so that's good news for us. There on our right flank, there you can see the Cappadocian cavalry charging into the slingers of Kleomenis. So I think I'm going to need to get my cavalry over there. I'm not sure if I think Fesen still got some of his cavalry left, but I think a lot of his units were taken out, so you can see me bringing my cavalry over there to try and take out that Cappadocian cavalry. Okay, now can you see that I've moved my cavalry away over to the other flank? So this may well embolden the enemy team to hit this right flank of ours with their cavalry, seeing that I've pulled my cavalry away to the other flank. Okay, you've got Scorpion Kings and Fesen's infantry in there, but those Seleucid cataphracts plus this enemy infantry could smash into our right flank here and take us out. Take that right flank of ours out there. Then you've got Scorpion King's general there giving good morale bonus, and you've got Fesen's general there. So there's two lots of morale bonus going on for our troops there. So that's good news for us there. But here you'll see my troops moving forward here. Now I can see that there's going to be a problem on the right flank. So what I'm thinking here is if I surge attack in the center here, this might mean that they've got to bring troops over from that right flank of ours to support the center. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Now can you see my troops moving forward there? Can you see my troops surging into the enemy troops there? Right, now here you can see the Seleucid cataphracts charging in. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So over here, as I say, on our right flank, you can see the enemy really pushing in now. They're looking at our right flank as our weakest, the weakest part of our battle line there. So make no mistake, they're looking to smash and crash us there on the right flank. Look at that cavalry. Look at that infantry coming in on us there. Oh my gosh, and bang, as that cavalry really smashed into us. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if we start to see a lot of our Julii units starting to rout here under the pressure. Right, meanwhile here you'll see, can you see my infantry surge attacking the enemy troops there? Okay, now make no mistake, it's not just one surge attack. You keep the momentum going. You keep that surge attack going into the enemy troops. Okay, as I say, it takes a bit of practice and you've got to get the timing right there. But you can see my troops now surging in to the enemy troops there. Already I'm starting to rout a couple of units. I'd like to take Punisher's general out there, that Brutii general. Over here, you'll see that I've got my cavalry here. You can see that Punisher's got his cavalry plus those Pontus chariots and cavalry are in behind us there. Now if they smash into the rear of our engaged troops, especially on our right flank, this could be, get ready for this, this could be a battle-winning cavalry charge here, because our right flank could be smashed, crashed and broken here. Okay, so you can see the enemy really pushing in. This looks to me like a hammer and anvil attack. There you are, you can see the enemy Brutii cavalry coming in as the hammer, and you can see the enemy infantry as the anvil, and bang as they smash in there. Oh my gosh. And you can see the Pontus cavalry there charging in as well. You can see I've brought my Julii cavalry over there to try and neutralise that enemy cavalry there, but you can see here our right flank, apart from a couple of units, okay, 2 units there still holding, okay, of Fesen's there, our right flank for all intents and purposes has been broken. Okay, so our right flank has been broken. Now those enemy troops may well try and get above us now on the slope and come in behind us. Meanwhile, over here on the centre left, you'll see my troops still surging forward. Now, you'll see that I've broken through here. Can you see? I've got troops that have broken through this particular part of the battlefield there, their battle line. You can see Seleucid infantry there and Seleucid infantry there, but you can see that I've actually broken through that Brutii unit there. okay, with that surge attack. Okay, so I've broken through there. And it'll be interesting to see which direction I'm going to go in. Now, I can see Kleomenis has got his Carthage troops here attacking the Pontus pikemen. Now, we know that Carthage troops fight and punch above their weight against these big 121-man units. So I think that part of the battlefield is pretty secure there. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing here is changing trajectory, okay, and charging right here. Surge right attack here towards where our right flank has been broken. Okay, just to give you a heads up on that. Alright, so you can see here that basically our right flank has been broken. I've still got some of my cavalry there trying to support those two Julii units of Fesens that are left there. But as I say, for all intents and purposes, our right flank has been broken. There comes the chariot units as well. They'll be chopping up my cavalry there. And you can see the cataphracts there of Seleucid getting in behind us there. They were, I think that's all my cavalry that's just been routed there. They were chopped up by those chariots and that Cappadocian cavalry. So all that enemy cavalry is now in behind us. Okay, so you've got the Cappadocian cavalry, you've got chariots in behind us, plus you've got the Seleucid cataphracts as well. There you go, look. And they, make no mistake, they already got Punisher's cavalry as well. And make no mistake, they're ready to smash into the rear of our engaged troops. Okay, so things looking pretty bad here. But here, you can see my red Julia army. As I say, what I'm going to do now, I've broken through there. And I've got two directions I could go with my army. I could either go right, looking at it from here, to attack those pike units. But Kleomenis has got them under control with his Carthage Sacred Band units there. Okay, so that, you know, I think I can leave that part of the battlefield. Kleomenis, as I say, doing very well against those Pontus pikes and those Seleucid units there. They were, you can see he's routed some of those units, so I don't need to go right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a surge, another surge attack, but this time I'm going left, looking at our armies from here. Or there you are, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to surge towards our broken flank there with my infantry. Okay, now Kleomenis is watching my rear there for cavalry attacks. He's got his spear units there, look, watching the rear of my units as I surge attack once again here. You can see my infantry moving forward there. There you are. Can you see the surge attack? See my troops moving forward there. I think Scorpion King's general's just been taken out, but you can see once again it's not just one surge attack. I keep surge attacking every time, over and over again, to pierce the enemy line here. And as I say, Kleomenis here got his spearmen there. Even though a couple of the units are facing me rather than facing enemy cavalry, that'd still be a barrier for enemy cavalry trying to charge into the rear of my infantry. Okay, so well done to Kleomenis there, having his spear units there. You know, as I say, even if they're facing the wrong way, they will be a bit of a barrier to enemy units. Now here, as I say, Kleomenis' Carthage troops are fighting the Seleucids and Pontus here, while I'm still trying to surge left here with my infantry. Okay, over and over again. Once you start surge attacking, you need to keep the momentum up to make the most of the surge. Okay, as I say, you don't see this tactic used very often these days. 17, 18, 19 years ago, the surge attack was used a lot. As I say, in 2024, I very rarely see it done. But here you can see how effective a surge attack that you keep the momentum up can do to enemy troops there. Can you see? I know Scorpion King thought the battle was ended and that we'd lost. And then I did this surge attack here. Can you see? Now I've routed the Seleucid general there. Okay, you can see some of Fesen's infantry in there as well, and the Scipii general of Skema. So both Mars and Skema's generals have both been routed, so they've lost the general morale bonus of those two generals. Okay, as we move forward into the enemy troops there. So as I say, you've got some of Fesen units fighting there, and you can see my army, as I say, doing the old school surge attack there. And Kleomenis is looking after the rear of my troops with his spearmen there, as well as taking on the Pontus and Seleucid units as well with his spear units. So it was a good bit of teamwork there. And as I say there, as you could see earlier, our right flank was smashed, crashed and broken. And Scorpion King, I remember saying good game because he thought we'd lost the battle. But there you are, you can see that we've turned things around here. And I think from Scorpion King's point of view, from the way he was thinking there, we've managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there. I think that's what, as I say, Scorpion King thought we'd lost the battle there. And here you can still see Barclayman moving some of his Pontus units forward there into those Carthage Sacred Band units. There you go. As I say, the Carthage Sacred Band units, their specifications on those units there enable them to punch above their weight against these big 121-man units. So it wouldn't surprise me if they broke. I'm going to surge attack again, the last surge attack of my army. Can you see as I'm surging forward towards those Pontus pike units there? You see my infantry moving forward there to surge attack into. It wouldn't surprise me if those Pontus units routed. There you go. And they both routed there. We know Pontus morale's not very good there as we charge forward. So it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So you know, very pleased with that. I think Fesen has got about 5 or 6 very battle damaged units left. There's 2 units there I can see actually fighting there. They were fighting those Pontus units there. And I think there's a third, yeah, there's another third unit of his there. All very battle damaged there. I'm not sure if Scorpion King's got any units left at all. He may well have. We'll just have a quick look around the battlefield and see if he has. There's Fesen's still got his general left there. Another unit of... Oh, there you are. Scorpion King's got at least 1 unit left there. Very, very battle damaged unit there. And just say, well done to Fesen. I think if I remember right, he kept his general alive. Remember, keeping your general alive is very important because it gives good morale bonus to your allies and yourself. Your general's still alive there. So well done to Fesen, keeping that general alive there. As you can see, it's quite a reasonably spread out battlefield. There, Fesen's got other archer units. He's got archer units there as well. But as far as I'm aware, Scorpion King's only got possibly 1 unit left out of the whole battle there. Or is that another? Oh, there you are. He's got 2. So Scorpion King's got 2 units left out of the whole battle. You've already got some Cappadocian cavalry. Looks like he's going to charge in here. But if you just look at the battlefield here, you can see how intense the fight was. Look at that. A carpet of dead there. It looks to me mostly cavalry there, doesn't it? Just look at that carpet of dead there across the battlefield. Oh my gosh. As we move across the battlefield here, it's like a kind of, in this particular part of the battlefield, it's very condensed, isn't it? You can tell by the massive piles of dead. And over here on this flank, this is where Kleomenis is fighting the Pontus pikes there. So you can see there a lot of dead. You can see big clumps of Pontus pike dead there. And as we move across the battlefield there, you can see it's quite spread out, the battlefield, but with some intense areas there where the fighting was very intense. There goes the last of the Cappadocian cavalry. Wouldn't surprise me if they're going for Fesen's general there, as it smashes in there. You can see the cavalry smashing, they come bang as it charges in there. But there was a Carthage Sacred Band spear unit there as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if those Pontus units there were starting to rout there. And as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. As I say, Scorpion King has already said good game. He thought we'd lost, so we managed to turn things around there. First thing I'd like to say is really well done to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. And as you can see, it was an average victory. I genuinely thought it would be a close victory, but as you can see, it is an average victory. Okay, and the highest kills in the game goes to Greek clansman Kleomenis there. Over 2,000 kills with his Carthage army. So really well done to Kleomenis. He was fighting the big 121-man units of Seleucid and Pontus there. So of course killing the big 121-man units gives you good kills. So well done to Kleomenis there with his Carthage army. Well done to Punisher. There you are, got some good kills with his army. I think he got the 4th highest kills in the game, and he got the highest kills in his team. So really well done to Punisher there. Did well. Well done to Skema. Now he got less than 1,000 kills, so he'll be a bit disappointed with that. But I thought he did well with his army. Well done to Mars. He got over 1,000 kills. Really well done to him. Played well with Seleucid. And you can see that Barclayman's army there got less than 1,000 kills, so he might be a little bit disappointed with that, but he played well with Pontus as well. So really well played, guys. Great game there. My kills, I think I got the second, lucky enough to get the 2nd highest kills in the game, so I'm quite pleased with those kills there. Unusual for me to get anywhere near that type of kills normally, so quite happy with that. Well done to Fesen, got some good kills there, look. Really nice aggressive there. Well done to Scorpion King. He got over 1,000 kills as well, so he did well. And as I say, Greek Kleomenis, highest kills in the game there, so really well played, guys. Do you think there was any faction advantage here? They had Rome there, Seleucid and Pontus. So that's quite a good combination, I think. And we had Rome and Carthage there. So do you think that either team had faction advantage there? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this battle on one of our new battle maps here. I think this map seems to be quite popular with a lot of players. So please give us a comment or a thumbs up if you enjoyed the battle. And please remember that Brotherhood member Mars is organising a 2v2 Rome Total War tournament. Okay, so if you're interested in joining a 2v2 Rome Total War tournament, please go on to Steam and get in contact with Brotherhood member Mars. Okay, and you'll see where to actually which site to go to register your 2v2 team. Okay, Spartan Commander saying bye for now. See you soon.